Okay, welcome to this explainer. We're jumping right in today because we are going to step directly into the shoes of an AI-empowered attacker. To actually defend the cloud, you've got to know how to break it.
So, let's play a game. Imagine you have exactly 10 seconds to find the vulnerability in a cloud setup before a major breach happens. Literally, the clock is ticking right now.
And just to put the stakes of this challenge into perspective, look at this number. By 2026, the worldwide public cloud market is projected to hit a staggering $850 billion. That's practically a trillion-dollar playground for threat actors.
But alongside that massive growth, self-estimated wasted cloud spend has actually shot up to 29%. Why? Well, it's driven almost entirely by the absolute sheer complexity of all these new AI workloads spinning up everywhere.
It's no secret that the rapid acceleration of AI is just completely rewriting the cloud landscape. It's expanding the attack surface way faster than security teams can realistically lock it down.
And I think this quote really hits the nail on the head. AI is acting as the ultimate great equalizer. It's causing a massive compression of the gap between your average mid-tier hacker and elite top-tier operators. For example, take a look at a threat cluster known as Gray Vibe. Historically, groups like this were considered pretty low skill. But now they're executing highly sophisticated, state-adjacent operations. How are they pulling that off? Well, they're literally just using off-the-shelf generative AI, things like ChatGPT and Gemini, to write functional malware, craft incredibly realistic social engineering personas, and basically patch over their own operational security failures instantly. So put your attacker hat back on. You're facing adversaries like this every single day. If you were them, looking for a way in, where do you even start? All right, here is your target environment. Picture this. You've got the open internet leading to a public-facing EC2 instance, which has an IAM role attached to it, and that connects to a back-end S3 bucket. As an attacker, where's the weak link? Do you start hunting for an IAM identity weakness? Maybe dig around for a subtle network misconfiguration? Or do you go straight for a storage vulnerability? Okay, time's up. Here's the actual cloud exploit chain. Attackers rarely just hit one thing. They chain them together. They'll exploit the public EC2 instance, use that to extract metadata, steal those exposed temporary IAM credentials, and then boom, dump the contents of that S3 bucket. And the whole shebang usually kicks off with something called server-side request forgery, or SSRF. It's basically a web vulnerability where you trick the server into making unauthorized requests, essentially handing over the keys to the entire cloud kingdom. Because AI is supercharging the speed of these attacks, traditional defenses just can't keep up. That's why we have to look to the NIST Zero Trust architecture. It demands that we actually assume compromise right out of the gate, continuously verify identity, and strictly microsegment our environments. It's a total paradigm shift. Legacy defense relied on implicit trust once you were inside the network perimeter. But in Zero Trust, implicit trust is completely dead. Continuous verification is literally the only way to stop an attacker from pivoting from a public server into your private storage. So how do you practically learn to map out and defend against these specific threat vectors? Well, check out this 6-week roadmap developed by SutraByte. Their whole teaching philosophy is brilliant because you can't just watch lectures to learn this stuff. You have to learn the fundamentals, actively build real environments, intentionally break them, analyze the risks, fix the vulnerabilities, and finally, document the whole process.
Because at the end of the day, and if you take away nothing else, remember this: cloud security is not about memorizing services. It is entirely about understanding relationships. It's about seeing those hidden connections. So, do you want to learn how to actually assess environments like this? You really have to stop relying on mental models and start querying real infrastructure to find these hidden attack paths first. If you're ready to transition from just knowing the theory to having genuine hands-on capability, you should definitely check out the SutraByte 6-week Cloud Security Challenge kicking off on September 15th. Because here is the harsh reality. The capability floor for hackers has permanently dropped. So the real question is, how quickly can you find the next vulnerability before an AI-powered adversary does? Are your cloud defense skills ready to outpace tomorrow's automated threats, or are you just going to run out of time?